I'm not going to do a spoiler review for Terminator Genisys because there's nothing to spoil. The trailer gave away the whole movie, and the tiny parts that were not already spoiled have probably already been spoiled by now. Instead, I'm going to talk about the epic opportunities that Terminator 5 had, but sadly missed. If you haven't already seen my review, I gave this movie 2 stars out of 5. It was an okay popcorn action movie, but the movie lacked intelligence in the dialogue and cinematography departments. Hence, there was nothing worth remembering from the movie besides Arnie's cool show-stealing performance. So, on with the missed opportunities. Number 1, first of all, and this is pretty blatant, why was Courtney not cast as a Terminator? The producers obviously could see the Terminator in Jai, he looks like a rock, so why didn't they create a concept where there's an alternative universe Terminator and have Courtney perfectly cast as that role? I don't totally see Courtney as Kyle Reese material, he hardly ever moved his eyebrows in the movie, and doesn't have the vulnerability of Michael Biehn, but I do totally see him as a cyborg. Heck, it would have made more sense for him as Kyle Reese to be turned into a Terminator that's evil, not John Connor. Number 2, we never got to see the Terminator and Sarah Connor form their father-daughter relationship. It's definitely presented and explored, but it's never set up. Judging by the teaser trailer, I thought the first act of Terminator 5 would be just young Sarah and the Terminator during Sarah's childhood, and I was totally sold on that because there is a wealth of possibilities in just that concept alone. It had the potential to be a very fascinating first act of the movie, but no, instead we got a purple laser battle. Number 3. There is a moment in the movie where Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese have time travelled into the future and they've left the Terminator behind. That brief moment, seeing Arnie all alone, was by far the most emotional part of the whole movie because we felt for Arnie and knew exactly what he, or is it, was thinking, so why the heck wasn't that emotion carried further? Maybe into a montage of the Terminator doing random Terminator things within that 30-year wait up until he catches up with Sarah and Kyle in the future. They had 30 years to play with. Did the producers not see Looper? I would have actually preferred Terminator Genisys to have Sarah and the Terminator form a bond in Act 1, show the Terminator waiting 30 years for Act 2, then Sarah and Kyle stopping Skynet for Act 3. That would have been artsy, but at least it would have had more intelligence than what we finally got. Number 4, J.K. Simmons did nothing in this movie. He was so wasted. What would have been great is if it was just pretending to be useless, but actually turned out to be an evil agent from the future for Skynet, and the primary human villain. Then J.K. Simmons would genuinely have something to work with, and best of all, he would be someone Sarah and Kyle can have human versus human fight scenes with. Number 5, there's a part in the movie where Kyle Reese tries to bargain with evil John Connor to no avail, and it made me realise how little personality John Connor has, even though he's a bad guy. He responds with facts about him not being able to be bargained with, instead of something more interesting like sarcasm about how pathetic it is that Kyle Reese is bargaining in the first place. An actor like Jason Clarke could pull off a humorous villain, but no, the producers didn't let him. They couldn't make him really sarcastic and cynical, but they could make him a generic, by-the-numbers, get-the-job-done ASAP bad guy? Really? Anyway, these are just my thoughts on what I felt could have easily been added to what is already a generic science fiction action movie to spice everything up to at least a 3 stars out of 5 movie.